Here we go. Flooded Valley, a large valley in the northern region of the island, inundated centuries ago by rising sea levels caused by anthropogenic climate change. North 2.
You're on your way to an island. Yes, another island. Sorry, Melville. Well, it actually used to be a valley between the mountains, but it's mostly flooded now. That probably happened long before the founder came here, though.
Another legacy of our ancestors.
Do me a favor, will you? Look for another one of the Founder's labs. We can't get back into the megastructure without getting to the third site in the north, but I need more information to make more fixes.
Another big tower, then, is it? Nice place. Lots of trees. One of these instantly. Okay. Not sure where I am now. But alright. I think it'll be easier to work out where all those X's are once I'm over there-ish. But alright. Where is everything? 1, 2, and 3 are back that way. There's the gold door, right there. Also kind of see inside for once. Kind of. It looks like a puzzle to me. Oh, and there's our bridge. Okay, so I am... unable to walk through the water. Good to know. Guess I'm gonna need to build up a fair bit of this bridge before I can get over to there, which I think is where one of the X's was on that little island. That's what I was aiming for, but the water is a no-go. Where else, where else, where else? There. If I just follow this bit of land around. It might actually mean somewhere on, like, the outside of this puzzle chamber. Don't see anywhere, though. Okay. That may have been what I was looking for. Probably was. Yeah, and I see a similar statue over there. Right, so it's one there, and then a third one way off in that direction someplace. You are gonna be one then, I take it? Yep. Absorption. Accumulator. Huh. Huh. Strange indeed. Okay. Can I can. And then I can also discharge. Right. Got it.
In the beginning, before we built New Jerusalem, we used to explore just like this. Small groups setting out for the horizon, looking for resources, trying to make sense of the world we'd been thrust into, trying to find a way forward. It was a hard time, but I can't deny that it was also exciting. I think it's part of our nature to be wanderers. Our ancestors crossed entire oceans on flimsy wooden boats, just to see what else there was.
Is it weird to feel nostalgic for a time I never experienced? I just think I could have contributed so much more back then.
It's not weird, but it wasn't all sunshine. People died. Yemo, Calvin, Isaac.
I know, they were family to me.
Sorry. It didn't mean to reopen old wounds.
It's a legitimate point, but I don't think it invalidates the sense of wonder we felt. That's what kept us going.
This is a bit of a weird one. I want to do that, but I can't, because it involves crossing lasers. That's something interesting I can do there. If I was to... do it that way round as well. I'm not certain that really helps me any. Guess what I could also do is... if I take that and that, make you green. Convert you to green. Now I can do that and that. And that makes blue. Now I just need to move you here. Great. The interactions between these two has the potential to get very complicated. Yeah, that one was pretty tricky. How you doing, Alcatraz? Nothing new to say. Having trouble there, buddy? Great. Shuffle along like that. What's this over here? Terminal? Looks terminal-ish. It is terminal. And yet it moves. A fascinating story I discovered in the archive concerns a great scientist by the name of Galileo. This remarkable man made huge contributions to the early development of science, but was best remembered for becoming embroiled into controversy with the Church that ended with accusations of heresy, a trial, and him being placed under house arrest for the rest of his life. The cause of the controversy? He argued that the Earth revolved around the Sun, a view we would describe as self-evident, and which the Inquisition described as foolish and absurd in philosophy, and formally heretical. Story became embellic for how society often punishes those who try to push our understanding of the world forward in the modern day. There's a legend that at the end of his trial he muttered, "and yet it moves." A beautiful idea, but untrue, because defying society is hard. It comes at a high cost, and not everyone is capable of bearing it. What would you have done in his place? What would I? I think I would have tried to stand up for the truth. It's harder than it sounds. Fighting an authority like Elohim is one thing, but when even your friends and allies may renounce you for holding an unacceptable opinion, it takes enormous willpower to continue. But if nobody else does it, society gets stuck. The role of puzzles in the simulation was so important to the creation of our civilization that it's left an indelible imprint, but sometimes I worry that this is an issue. Alexandria Drennan thought of human beings as problem solvers, but the real world isn't anything like the simulation. Yes, there are problems to solve, but there isn't a tetromino rating to reward you. There's just another problem, and another, and another. Our veneration of the puzzle may be blinding us to the fact that there sometimes isn't a neat solution, that sometimes life is just a slog, and the best you can do is muddle through. Dear Athena, have you really left us for good without even saying goodbye? I know we haven't spoken much lately, but isn't that just part of the slow, relaxed lives we now lead? After all these centuries of struggle trying to build New Jerusalem, I thought we deserved a rest. If that disappointed you, why didn't you say so? I know you disapprove of all these silly titles they give us now, but we really were your first companions. We know what it was like. I was there when Yemo died. I remember the horror of realizing there was a way of bringing him back, the impossible finality of it, and then the determination to make it make sense, to have it be part of a story that leads to a better world. I never abandoned that, Athena. I just thought that maybe I could spend some time on the things that make life worth living, too. Maybe I lost track. Maybe I failed you. I don't know, because you didn't tell me. Hello, Melville.
I've been wondering, what made our ancestors settle in these god-forsaken places? It can't have been easy with those frail, squishy bodies of theirs. What makes a caveman go, yes, this frozen hellscape is where I want to live out my days? You think Byron was right? Is it in our nature to be wanderers?
Yes.
We do, don't we? A species of problem solvers, like Drennan said. That must be why I sometimes find myself imagining building new cities.
I wanted to ask you about something else.
All right.
Not really, I didn't. Crossing. Jammer. Cube. I think I can see with the jammer through the gap. Well, there's a cube in there. And the receiver is around there. Suppose I want to do, if I can. How do I want to do this? I need red. To get red, I need the jammer through here. To get the jammer through here, I need to get blue over there. And to get blue over there, I need this blue. I feel like that needs to be... Oh, I know what to do. I know what to do. Whoops, not that. Bring everything over here. Jam that for a second. You... not in the right place. Select you. Connect there. Take you, jam that, put you there, keep connections, put you there. That makes you blue. Brilliant. Now that you're blue, I take all of my components, I open up you, charge that, bring you through, point you at there. Charge you with red instead. Pull you back, point you at you, point you at you. And we're there.
There's so much history here that we can't see. The founder must have walked these paths hundreds of times, maybe thousands. Miranda must have stood right where we're standing. This all looks alien to us, but it must have been familiar to them.
If this was their home, where are they now?
They must be inside the megastructure, waiting for us to pass the test. It's the only thing that makes sense.
Hello there. You're a sprite, aren't you? Yep. Unexpected. It's just a random piano here. Proposal. Bring back dogs. Thread title says it all. We should redomesticate dogs. Our ancestors loved dogs so much. They insisted they were amazing companions, full of life and love, man's best friend. And the lives they lived with humans must have been infinitely better than in the wild, so why not bring them back? Did you know the poet Lord Byron wrote a beautiful poem about his dog, Boatswain? He said he had beauty without vanity, strength without insolence, courage without ferocity, and all the virtues of man without his vices. Is that who our Byron named himself after? No, he named himself for Robert Byron, the travel writer. That's great, but what about my idea? I mean, I am not personally enamoured with dogs. But are they better off being wolves? Maybe not. The resources we waste on our cats are bad enough, and what do cats do to local bird populations? Do we really want to add dogs to that? Yes, we do. Oh, sod off with the cats are so terrible business. What do you think happens in the natural world? You think animals don't eat each other? I would love to have a dog. We would go on walks together, and it would be very excited about every new smell, and we would play fetch. It sounds so magical to me. Huh. Well, as fun as you are, magic holographic piano. I have other places to go and other things to do. keep a lookout for that sprite, wherever it is. Yeah, you're 3. I've already done you. Hello. Alcatraz still just wandering around. Puzzle number 4. Wellspring. Very open puzzle. Regular old connector. Another connector. Okay, I need blue over here to get you. You, I think, are going to be very helpful, so I would like that very much. Do I currently have access to any blue, though? I have you there. There's no angle on getting red over there. I don't think I can do too much apart from that. Do I have a good angle on you, somehow? From here ought to do it. Gives me that. Very helpful indeed. I can't actually get you out of here, can I? Okay, well. Let's give you red like that. Bring you around. Point you over there. Probably something like that. I also need red over here, so I need an angle where you connect to that and go there. And get that angle. There we go. And through.
Neatly done, 1K.
Neatly. That looks like another terminal over this way.
One of the most foolish illusions that commonly persist is that nature is a victim and humanity is a perpetrator. This can only be the opinion of someone who has not witnessed nature at first hand, who has not seen its immense and awe-inspiring baseness. Nature is mindless chaos and eternal conflict. a system of predation and consumption whose perfect cruelty can only induce a terrified and unwilling admiration. Nature is our most powerful and least honorable enemy. A beast that consumed every last one of our ancestors and will consume us just as quickly if we are not successful in our struggle with it.
Field of view. And an inverter. Interesting. Okay, well. There's no way I can hit both of these at the same time. Question of where does the one extra laser come from? Feels like the obvious thing to do is have one red and one blue. Is it the correct thing to do? I actually only need you for this. I don't need everything at once. That gets me to potentially useful angles. But yeah, from here I can just do that. Now you're stuck open. And I just need a nice shallow angle here. Invert. Everything is open. Good stuff. Triangle puzzle solved. 5 is this way, along with another question mark. Over there. It's over there. Anything? Can I even get over there? Highly unlikely.
Is it possible that on some level, people want to believe that everything's going to get worse? That it's comforting to think that humanity is bad and every solution will just go wrong. Because that way you're never responsible. You never have to take on responsibility for anything outside yourself. Never have to grow up.
Balance of forces. Oh. Huh. What does this even do? Switch does nothing. Need that as well. This is our destination. Got a box. Make you blue. Okay, and I just need the blue around here. I think I know what you want me to do. It's that. Lovely quick solve. I remember there being a fairly similar puzzle in the first game.
Melville?
What is it now?
Why did you upload a picture of your hand?
Why do you care that my hand is in the picture?
Your hand isn't in the picture, it is the picture.
I like it. It's very artistic.
Let's stay professional, everyone. It's not right to make fun of Melville's comically absurd inability to take decent pictures. She's a hyper-advanced humanoid machine, not a photographer.
You'll pay for this, Byron.
Where's this picture? Interesting design elements here. Oh, that picture might still come in handy. Moving swiftly on. Reconnaissance. Got a wall there. Got a green there. You stay there for a second. GB shifter there. Things and stuff there. Okay, well I can make you blue. And with you being blue, I can do something? I can do that. Me the RGB converter. Gives me a way around there, potentially. Gives me the driller. Well, the driller's only really useful for one thing. That. I suppose I'm going to need this green for something? Just feels like a thing I should do. Converter, I would also need red. Or blue. Blue and green. Red. there, I suppose. And then you around that way. Nice. Where next? There's another question mark around in this direction. Another triangle puzzle. Lateral inhibition. Why would I want that fan turned on? Because I need to open this barrier. Okay, I need you to be blue. You point there. That opens that. And I need something around here. How do I get something here? See that from over here. Somehow I think you need to be on this side. But I don't know how that's possible. As soon as I light you up with anything, you disconnect from everything. Like if I do that and that... it doesn't beam there. So... kind of feels like this has to be the thing that's back over here. What? That's good. What if I discharge only red? Set you there. Red, blue. Yeah, that does nothing, but that counters. Aha. That and that counteract each other, so it produces no output. But now I can go over here, remove you. You then invert that, and you do that, and everything is brilliant. Very clever. I like that one. That one is good. This question mark over here is probably going to be our lab. Yep. Hello, lab. Long way down. Some DNA. Some corridor.
This is where they must have lived. Athena and Miranda. You know, for a moment, I almost expected to find them here. But the only thing that's still functional is the megastructure. I'm sorry. This must be awfully strange for you being thrown into all this history. But that's why I needed you. Because you're not burdened with all these memories and conflicts and regrets. Weigh on our minds like a nightmare.
A nightmare?
Our civilization is caught in a loop, 1K. We freed ourselves from the simulation, but now we're trapped again, and it's our own fault. We're afraid of taking responsibility, afraid of growing up. Instead, we make up some capitalized words and build up all these myths around them. Nature, balance, the founder, the goal. We're afraid to face the randomness of the cosmos, but equally afraid to imagine a better world. So we're stuck. I've been trying to find a way out for years. something, anything, to get people to understand that we do actually have free will. That building a thriving, expanding civilization doesn't have to involve repeating the mistakes of the past. But I failed. Over and over.
Why?
Because for some reason, people find it easier to cling to cynicism and self-hate than to actually have hope. Because believing the worst about ourselves, calling ourselves sinners and fools, somehow still seems wise.
And do you think what we've discovered here could change things?
Yes. Because this is something unexpected, an anomaly. Everything we found on this island challenges who we have become. It shows us that different answers are possible. And maybe that can break people out of the loop. All we need is a spark. Maybe that's why she made all this, the puzzles, the towers. A way of jolting us out of our complacency.
It's possible.
Neither do I, 1K. But I try to be optimistic. Now, let's see what else we can find here.
Here's some chess. It's chess. Not much on the board, though. No kings. Terrarium.
Melville, eyes on 1K's stream. Is this thing what I think it is?
Blow my fuse box. It sure looks that way. Best not touch it until I get there.
Was that one of those machines like the thing I woke up in? Like the thing I was made in? My curiosity is too great. Your advice is heard, understood, and boring as fuses. What is it?
I think it's a somnodrome. It's a sort of analytics tool for processing mental data that Melampus streamed up.
But all he ever did was sketch out the theory. As far as I'm aware, he never actually built one.
Looks like the founder gave it a go.
A what? Can you explain it like I was born yesterday? Because I pretty much was.
Well, what we know is that our deeper algorithms are hard to pass. Melampus stipulated that the computational power to interpret them in real time would always be beyond us. But in theory, the somnodrome would interpret that data and loop it directly to our senses.
People were hoping to find answers to the big questions by having a conversation with our own subconscious. If you ask me, it's solipsistic at best, and pseudoscience regardless.
That may be. But if the founder figured it out, then that device could be an extremely important discovery.
We should study it.
I agree. The data on that device could prove invaluable. Besides, you may have survived all those data stream overloads, but interface with that thing and you're liable to get bricked.
Sounds like a plan. Melville, I'm shutting this thing down until you can get here. 1K, get on with exploring the rest of the lab.
Yeah, it seems like not a thing to try using if it could be very, very dangerous. This, however, I will use. Somnodrome prototype notes. Melampus believed the answers we're looking for, the correct way for the individual to exist ethically in society and the world, are within us. Our failure, to him, was not failing to create a better system, but failing to truthfully reflect what already exists within our minds. A failure of connection between the high and the low, the inner and the outer. On most days, that seems wrong to me, but sometimes, when I think of where New Jerusalem is headed, I wonder if the Somnodrome doesn't hold an answer after all. I took some time to build a prototype according to the original blueprints, but there's a lot Melampus didn't account for. Still, I'm almost certain I could apply some of my own knowledge and make it work. The question is, should I? Huh. Congratulations, you have a nanotechnology rock. Beloved Founder, wherever you have gone, I continue to have faith in blah, 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 blah. You are our mother, our creator, the chosen of the progenitor. I am certain this is a test, a trial like the ones you faced in the simulation, and we will learn from your example and keep the faith. This was confirmed the anomaly is consistent. There was no error in trial 108. The error is in our understanding. We need to start over. I went ahead and ran the next set of trials anyway. I had no set to wait, but the data we got from the last batch was just too amazing. Every step leads to the next, like a progression of musical notes. We're so close.
The singularity sustained itself longer this time.
Did we get the data?
We did. I think we just obsoleted quantum physics.
Maybe. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We need to be able to replicate these results.
You know, I've been wondering. You told me that in the simulation, one thing that kept you motivated was looking for answers. Do you think that with the work we're doing, we'll ever run out of questions to ask?
I don't think so. Trying to understand the universe means asking the same question over and over. How? How do you make fire? How do earthquakes happen? How does gravity work? How do particles behave? You keep digging deeper, finding another set of mechanisms, another set of hows. Step by step, you demystify reality. But then, if you keep doing it long enough, one day, you run out. You've answered all the hows. You know how the universe works. So, now what?
Now you ask why? Isn't that the next step?
It's not quite that easy. The question of why cannot be answered. Even if it could, it would only be followed by another why. At some point, you have to accept that it all just exists. But there is another set of questions. What's next? You've stripped away the layers of mystery, you've laid bare the machinery. Now you have to start building, to add your own layers of meaning.
Are you okay? You overloaded again.
I'm fine. I saw Athena again.
Yes, I saw. It came through on your stream. Strange to hear her voice again. But that was her. The way I remember her. The real Athena. Not this imaginary founder.
Tell me more!
I was one of the first she woke up. There was just a handful of us in those days. A small family in the ruins of a dead civilization. It was hard. Harder than anyone can possibly imagine. We had nothing except what Alexandra Drennan and the Institute left us. Now that everyone lives in civilization, they don't understand how necessary it was for us to build that civilization. They can fantasize about living in balance, limiting growth, retreating behind our walls. They don't understand what it really means to live in the wilderness. How close we came to not making it. How many people we lost. Yema was just the first. But Athena understood. She believed in humanity. She believed in us. In the inherent value of consciousness. Her dreams were so much bigger. She wanted us to reclaim the Earth, to reach for the stars, to build and grow and learn.
So why isn't she remembered that way?
The city was already changing before she left, turning inwards, forgetting the future. Once she was gone, other people shaped her memory, turned her into the symbol they needed. I understand all that, as depressing as it may be. What I don't understand is why she didn't tell me. If she came here to do all this, why didn't she bring me along? It was. But maybe I was wrong, and she isn't as lost as I thought she was. If this is all a test, maybe the answer is waiting for us in the megastructure. Speaking of which, let's get back to exploring. Melville should have reconnected the next station by now.
Anything else around here? Anything this way? A shortcut, that's what. Predictions, summations, there is more to explore here. Prototype device. Olympus, one of the Lupia first companions, dreamed up the Sumner drone back in the day. It was supposed to help us visualize the black box that is our own internal algorithms, and so provide some kind of moral or spiritual insight. It never properly worked, of course. Apparently the founder took an interest and experimented further with the technology, correcting some of the mistakes Olympus made. Still a load of tosh, if you ask me, but maybe she made it work. So, I've been playing a lot of this old Gehenna game called Ancient Human Farmer. The title says it all, it's a sort of simple farming simulator. Not the most sophisticated game, but I'm getting really obsessed with it, and I'm having some sort of emotional response to it that I can't exactly explain. Like, it makes me happy but also sad. Does anyone have any idea why this is happening to me? The game appeals to you because of the human need to commune with nature, to live a lifestyle that's not about dominating the world, but coexisting with it. You're sad because we can't ever return to who we used to be thousands of years ago, but happy because it reminds you that at least something similar is still possible for us. Maybe it's because the people of Gehenna, despite their imprisonment, had an innocent view of the world that's permanently lost to us. I think it's actually the opposite of what Ovis is saying. The games are enjoyable because they take us back to a time when we still had agency, when we could build things, grow things, when we could impose our will on the world instead of being completely powerless and inactive. What you crave is the ability to contribute to humanity in real material ways, and you're sad because just simulating it is not enough. You don't want to farm, you want to be a pioneer, as humans were born to be. It's just a game, don't overthink it. With whom do I agree? Again, all of them to some extent. I think I'll go with Damien. I guess I can see your point. Thanks for the feedback, everyone. I'll go play another round now. To all of you on this expedition, I'm sure you have questions about the Somno drone, but I'm afraid I can't answer them. It was a dream I had long ago, when I was a different person, and it's long since faded. I did build a prototype of sorts, at least of one part of its systems, but none of it ever functioned the way I wanted it to. Whatever Athena may have done with my invention, the truth is I'm simply not interested in the affairs of New Jerusalem anymore. I care as little for Byron's utopianism as I do for Herman's religious pessimism. Not sure I care about anything at all, really. In fact, I think not caring may be the only answer at the end of the day. Everything is transient, even the self. I've learned to let go. Please do not respond. I value my privacy. Nice of you to reach out anyway. Alright. What is this way? This is a random path that seems to lead to nothing in particular. It's just back over here again. Been there, done that. Puzzle 7. Rainbow. Colours, colours, colours. Right. Well, there's green. Probably not exactly what I want to do. I want red, green, red, blue, and then red. Basically just a slightly trickier version of the first puzzle.
Elohim must be very proud of you, 1K.
Use converter to split beam. Put thingamy in middle. Solve puzzle. Ah, people with whom to talk.
1K, what's up?
What do you think about all this Somnodrome business?
I'd never heard of it before, but it sounds fascinating. I mean, imagine exploring a place inside yourself that you didn't even know existed. Might really give you a new perspective. Or it might be really stupid, but it's probably cool.
There are people in New Jerusalem who... maybe we shouldn't talk about that. Do you think the founder was right that we have to add our own meaning to the world?
I don't know. Sometimes I'd like to believe that everything happens for a reason. That there's some external force that gives us purpose and meaning. But then I think about all the horrible things that happen to people, and I can't accept that those things were meant to happen. That they couldn't have been avoided. So in that sense, I agree. We should find our own meaning. But to be completely honest, I find it hard to just impose meaning on the world. I'm not as driven as someone like Byron. I feel more moved by Miranda's recordings than by my own ideas.
Perhaps meaning is found in other people.
That's my biggest hope. That maybe I just need to find the right person.
Do you think the founder might still be here?
I don't know. It all looks pretty abandoned to me. But maybe it is all a test.
That's all. Form up, form the orderly queue for the conversations.
What can I do for you, 1K?
Do you think finding a functional Somnodrome could be interesting?
Sure. I think there's plenty inside each of us to explore, and it might give us a new perspective. Will it really answer all the big questions? I don't know, but it might help.
Surprisingly optimistic about that one. Alright, cool. Vox Pop number 9, from an interview with a protester outside the Institute for Applied Pneumatics. So why did you join this protest? Artificial intelligence is inherently dangerous to this planet's ecosystem. Defending that ecosystem is our responsibility. In what way is artificial intelligence dangerous? I'm not some paranoid idiot imagining Skynet taking over the world, alright? That's science fiction. But what we're talking about here is an artificial intelligence without any of the attachment we have to the natural world. It's not capable of distinguishing between, say, an ore and a tree. Everything's just resources to it. People like Sarah Biodrinan talk about ethics and philosophy, but they embrace the same activist ethos that has brought us to the brink of disaster. Their intelligent being will try and optimize the world in its image, and in doing so consume it. But so far they're saying it's all theoretical. The atom bomb was theoretical at first too. Once something is there, someone's going to use it. Why couldn't they imagine that we might care about the world? I don't know. Maybe they were too used to no one else caring. From Hypatia's journals, the founding of New Jerusalem. Day 200. Construction on our new home is coming along nicely. We finished 2 buildings last week, and this week we started on our new lodgings. Athena and Cornelius have plans to erect a tower in the middle of the settlement, which will serve as our administrative centre and main heliport, but right now that's still a long way off. Decades at the least. It's hard to imagine that one day we'll be able to erect structures like that, and that there will be enough of us to need that much space. But then I look at the dam and I remind myself, our ancestors built that, with their short lifespans and their soft flesh and bone bodies. And then I think there's really no limit to what we can achieve, given enough time, patience, and the capacity to dream.
Strap in, this is a long one. You may have heard the story of the carpenter who died to redeem humanity's sins. It's a powerful story, bittersweet, very human, and I just want to tell you that it's true. He was a real person, and his name was John Carpenter. He was born in the year 1948, and he was the coolest filmmaker to ever walk the earth. From Halloween to The Thing to They Live, the totally underrated In the Mouth of Madness, mind you, he just made classic after classic. All of his movies, really fun, really atmospheric, but also really smart. Even when they were goofy, most directors would kill to have made just one of those movies. And what did he get for it? A big, fat truckload of nothing. Well, less than nothing. The studios, the critics, even the fans, they hated him. The Thing, okay, for example, which is about as perfect a movie as you can make, completely torn to shreds. And his career never really recovered. Every movie after that was a struggle, and after a while, he just got tired of it and quit. He only really came back to movies in his 70s. How many works of genius did we never get because of that? Look, I have a point here. People like Carpenter, people like Alex, they're not always appreciated in their own time. If you just do what's popular, you might never create anything important. Of course, we admire people who did the right thing, who didn't conform, but we only ever admire them after the fact. What matters is to support people when it's difficult.
A new one. Turntable. Those both just shut down the same thing. Okay. Fine. Suppose I don't need that right now. I think what I probably need is that. Get you out of there. And then with that... with that, and that, we'll take you and bring you all the way over there. That hits that and allows me to bring you through. And I think that's pretty much going to do the trick. You go there. You go there. Bish bosh kaboom. It is done. That's it for the puzzles. Now let's see about the stars, shall we? What was that other star? Back around here again. And you are in that direction. Slightly harder to follow, since I can't just walk through the water this time. I think generally this away? Aha, there you are. And away we go. Not the fastest chase sequence I've ever seen. I can't follow you across there, I don't think. Back around to the long way. Hopefully it just went straight to the destination. No, I have to look for it again. Here we go. Star me.
Utopia is impossible. But the future that is possible will seem like a dream to those who are alive now.
Meander, 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 wander, 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 meander, wander. Alcatraz again. What time is it? It's bridge time.
Sometimes it seems the only choices we have are renouncing civilization or mindless expansion. But that's not the only path forward. Embracing deliberate control over nature doesn't have to mean destruction. We are a species of artists and artisans, blessed with the ability to transform the raw material of the cosmos into new and better shapes. Shapes that have meaning. With our technology, we can take this chaotic world, so full of suffering, and turn it into a work of art.
Too far off to one side. There we go. And from here we have a path. Huzzah! Lever click. I can grab the star on my way back. Tower first. What do you got for me this time?
Halt, creature of clay. You have taken another step towards the flame. Before you continue, ask yourself, have the gifts of Prometheus ever truly benefited your people? Or have they brought nothing but strife?
Lady, I'm a robot.
And you repeat your mistakes until they destroy you.
Beam!
I've been
Beam!
thinking, there's 3 towers per cardinal direction and 3 entities. You'd think it would be symmetrically arranged. 1 tower per entity, right? But we haven't seen Prometheus at all.
We're built to find patterns. Maybe we're trying to find patterns where there aren't any.
Well, Prometheus kind of got chained up, so I'm not terribly surprised we haven't seen him. They are being restrained by Pandora. And maybe the Sphinx as well, but definitely Pandora.
None may know what came first, error or sin, and yet every choice depends on it.
Where to next? Where to next? Why, it's North 3, the Lost Marches. The northeastern marches of the island have been mostly lost to the sea, with the exception of this small patch of land.
This area looks flooded as well.
Our ancestors melted a whole lot of ice. After they died, most coastal settlements were claimed by the sea. South of New Jerusalem, there's a whole city under the water. We went there once with Garrus, when I was an apprentice. It was eerie.
That's exactly why the Founder created the goal. When you go past the limits, this is what happens. Mother Nature always gets her revenge in the end.
This isn't revenge, Al. It's just failure. People, cities, mountains. As far as the sea is concerned, it's all the same. Their mistake was forgetting that, telling themselves nothing would change. It always does.
It's a grand old structure.